So guys, one of the crown jewel accomplishments of the U.S. government is Social Security. Social Security has never missed a payment. It's a beloved government program. It's the most popular government program. And we used to live in a country where over 30%, maybe even over 40% of our seniors lived in poverty. Then we did Social Security, and that number plummeted to 10%. So it's a clear example that government can work for the people. Well, guess what? Now our streak of Social Security never missing a payment, it's over. It's gone. It's done. Because of a man by the name of Elon Musk. So we knew that these horror stories were going to start rolling in when the Trump administration started lying and saying that there are 150-year-olds that are getting Social Security. There are 200-year-olds who are getting Social Security. We knew that this was laying the groundwork to start cutting off payments under the guise of, bro, we're just getting rid of waste, fraud, and abuse, bro. That's all we're doing. Bullshit. Total bullshit. There are no 150-year-olds getting payments. There are no 200-year-olds. It has to do with the way the system was coded. But they know that. But they're lying on purpose. So here we go. We're starting to get those horror stories now. The richest man in the world, Elon Musk, took over $5,000 out of this guy's bank account, claiming he was saving money by falsely claiming he was dead. This gentleman right here. Here's what they say in the Seattle Times. Here's a dead person on Social Security in Seattle with plenty to say. Doge has 10 staffers at Social Security in hunt for dead people, the headlines read this past week. I found a dead person on Social Security right here in Seattle on Capitol Hill. Of course, the circumstances of Ned Johnson's death were completely the opposite of what Elon Musk and his Doge had claimed was rampant. You wake up one day and discover you're dead, Johnson told me. It's been truly surreal. That's the biggest difference. My deceased guy turns out to be very much alive. Musk is contending that hordes of dead people are listed as alive in the Social Security databases and are fraudulently still drawing benefits, which the Social Security director disputes. Johnson is 82 and still kicking. Yet sometime last month, someone or something led Social Security to both tag him as dead and start clawing back his benefits. Johnson's strange trip through the netherworld began in February when a letter from his bank arrived addressing his wife, Pam. We recently received notification of Leonard A. Johnson's passing. It began, we offer our sincerest condolences. Now, by the way, look at his name. That is a very generic name. Is it possible a different Leonard Johnson died and Elon and Doge decided, let's just cut off the payments to multiple Leonard Johnsons? It's very possible that's what we're looking at here. At first, she figured it was a scam. Her husband, after all, was sitting right there. But then the bank got to the point. We know this is a difficult time and we're here to help. We received a question from Social Security Administration to return benefits paid to Leonard Johnson's account after their passing. There's nothing you need to do. We've deducted the funds from Leonard Johnson's account. It itemized how $5,201 had been stricken from their bank account on the grounds that Ned wasn't justified to get those benefits because he was dead. That was for payments he'd received in December and January. I told you this was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen. You knew it was going to happen. Soon as they started lying about Social Security, they were letting the world know, we're going to illegally cut it. We're going to say we're getting rid of waste, fraud, abuse, but we're not, and we're just going to steal money from old people. He's not the only one. We got another one. Oklahoma City man says Social Security benefits terminated without warning or explanation.
Probably seen the headlines out of Washington. Department of Government Efficiency leader Elon Musk calling Social Security a Ponzi scheme during his push for major cuts.
Well, this month, the former Social Security administrator warned Doge's cuts could likely disrupt benefits for millions of Americans on Social Security. And tonight, an Oklahoma City man tells our Spencer Humphrey he thinks he's now among the first to have that happen.
If there's one thing James McCaffrey looked forward to more than anything about retirement,
taking more time with the grandkids.
It might have been the chance to finally dip into his life savings and, quite frankly, spoil his 3 grandkids. That and, of course, finally having the time to travel the world with his wife.
Puerto Vallarta.
Really?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But after he checked the mail Tuesday morning, he thought all those dreams may have to wait.
I'd hate to have to turn around and say, well, I have to worry about my next check. I can't do that.
You see, in the mail was a bill from Medicare.
And it said that I needed to pay $740 before the 25th of this month, or I was going to lose my Medicare.
That seemed off. Normally, Medicare just takes his monthly payment straight out of his Social Security check.
So I called Medicare. They returned my call after a wait and told me that they were unable to process it through my Medicare, my Social Security payment, that my Social Security was suspended.
He knew that definitely wasn't right.
I thanked him for his time and called Social Security.
After more than 2.5 hours on hold, someone with Social Security called him back and confirmed
That my account was suspended.
And that had apparently been the case as far back as mid-February.
She said she was going to input some stuff and that she hoped that would take care of it.
And sure enough, by the next morning,
I just got a simple email on my phone.
Miraculously, it had all been fixed.
And it said that my normal payment was going to resume in April. Well, that's fine and dandy. I enjoyed that, but they gave me no explanation.
To get an explanation, he had to do his own detective work. He thought back to an experience he had 2 years ago when he first went to the Social Security office to register for benefits.
The first person I talked to at the Social Security Administration told me that I was not an American citizen.
You see, James was born at a U.S. Army base in Germany where his dad was stationed for active duty. He has an American birth certificate, even stamped and sealed by the federal government.
As I was on American soil, I'm American. She told me I was going to need to hire a lawyer, get a naturalization, before I could even apply for Social Security.
So he came back later with his birth certificate and passport.
Got a different person, presented my things to him, and he says, I don't need these. You're fine. I don't know why. She's just misinformed. And I've never had a problem with anything.
But after he got that bill on Tuesday, he thought back to something he saw on TV recently. Elon Musk, the billionaire head of the Federal Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, speaking on Fox Business Network about his feelings and plans for Social Security.
That is also a mechanism by which the Democrats attract and retain illegal immigrants by essentially paying them. If we turn off this gigantic money magnet for illegal immigrants, then they will leave.
James wondered, could what happened to him have anything to do with that?
I mean, I think they went into Social Security and suspended all foreign addresses, whether you reside at them, born on them.
When we reached out to the Social Security Administration to hear their explanation, they wouldn't talk, citing confidentiality rules.
And it makes me wonder how many other people are gonna get, have gotten that same Medicare letter.
People, he worries, may not have the same time and energy.
I've been a diligent Boy Scout type. I prepared, but no, I shouldn't have to.
And people who don't share his same financial cushion.
And you interrupt that for 7 days, 2 weeks, or even longer, and they're in bad trouble. They could be out of a house, they could be out of food, I don't know.
They're coming for your grandma's Social Security check. They're coming for your grandpa's Social Security check. They're coming for your mom or your dad's Social Security check. I think his theory's correct. I think they probably looked, oh, something, Germany. Yeah, okay, nah, he doesn't deserve it. Cut it off. He was born on a American base, which means by definition he's an American citizen. That's American soil. Any sort of loophole they could find. Hey, Leonard Johnson died here, but there's a different Leonard Johnson. But hey, what if we just cut off the payments to all the Leonard Johnsons? What if we just cut off the payments to everybody who was born on a U.S. base in some other country, claiming, no, they're actually from that country? Guys, they have a plan. Their plan is fire a bunch of people at the Social Security Administration, thousands of them, which will massively overburden the system, right? Lead to missed payments, and they want Social Security to collapse under the weight of their cuts. This is strategic. This is Project 2025 by a different route, by a more illegal, unconstitutional route, right? In order for a government to work effectively, you need systems in place. You need competent people. You need systems. You need technicians. You need people who care, right? And what they're doing is firing everybody who's good, firing everybody who cares, firing everybody who knows how it works, and then doing weaselly things like this. And to his point, how many people out there are in the same boat and don't have the ability to sort of get the train back on the tracks or the time or the money? 40% poverty rate for seniors before Social Security, down to 10% now. They're going to make it rise. They want to destroy this system. They want to eventually privatize it to give their Wall Street robber baron buddies a cut. That's the goal. That's the goal. Wake up, man. It's all happening. It's all happening right in front of our eyes. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.